Hello for everyone. My name is Jaider Gómez. Today I am going to tell you a nice story. This is a fairy tale named The Brave Daniel and the Two Friendly Lions. Once upon a time, there was a warm-hearted boy called the Brave Daniel. He was on the way to see his mother, Nadine Sparkle, when he decided to take a shortcut through new swamp. It wasn't long before the break got close. He looked around, but all he couldn't see were trees. Nervously, he fell into his bag for his favorite toy, Rags. But Rags was nowhere to be found. The brave began to panic. He felt sure he had packed Rags. To make matters worse, he was starting to feel louder. Unexpectedly, he was Friendly Lion dressed in a blue t-shirt disappearing into the trees. How odd, thought the brave, for the want of anything better to do. He decided to follow the particularly dressed lion. Perhaps it couldn't tell the way out of the forest. Eventually, the brave reached a clearing. Into the clearing were three houses, one made from cabbage, one made from hummocks, and one made from sweets. The brave could feel his tummy rumbling. Looking at the houses did nothing to ease his hunger. "Hello," he called. "Is anybody there?" Nobody replied. The brave looked at the roof on the closest house and wondered if it would be rude to eat someone else's chimney. Obviously, it would be impolite to eat a whole house. But perhaps it wouldn't be considered acceptable to nibble to odd fixture or lick it off 15 in a time of need. A knuckle broke off the air, giving the brave a fright. A witch jumped into the space in front of the houses. She was carrying a cage. In that cage was Rags. "Rags!" shouted the brave. He turned to the witch. "That's my toy." The witch was dragged. "Give Rags back!" cried the brave. "Not on the Nelly. Not on the Nelly," said the witch. At the least the Rags out from the cage. Before he couldn't reply, two Friendly Lions rushed in from the footpath on the other side of the clearing. The brave recognized that one in the blue t-shirt that he'd seen earlier. The witch seemed to recognize him too. "Hello, big lion," said the witch. "Good morning," the lion noticed Rag. "Who is this?" "That's Rags," explained the witch. "Oh, Rags would be lovely in my house. Give it to me," demanded the lion. The witch shook her Rags in. "Excuse me," the brave interrupted. "Rags live with me, and not in the cage." Big Lion ignored him. "Is there nothing ill-treated?" he asked the witch. The witch thought for a moment, then said, "I do like it to be entertained. I would really like him to anybody who can eat a hole from door." Big Lion looked at the house made from sweet and said, "No problem. I could eat an entire house made from sweet if I wanted to." "That's nothing," said the next lion. "I could eat two houses. They're so neat to chop off," said the witch. "Just went in front of the door and I'll let you have Rags." The brave watched, feeling very worried. He didn't want the witch to give Rags to Big Lion. He didn't think Rags would be like living with a Friendly Lion, away from his house and all his other toys. The other one lion watched while Big Lion put on his bib and withdrew a knife and fork from his pocket. "I'll eat this whole house," said the big lion. "Just you watched." The big lion pulled off a corner in front of the door of the house made from humbugs. He barked in dumb smiling and went back for more and more and more. Eventually, Big Lion started to get bigger, just a little bit bigger at first, but after a few more forkfuls of humbugs, he grew to the size of a large snowball, and he was very big as a round. I don't feel too good," said the big lion. Suddenly, he started to roll, hit the ground so round that he could no longer balance. "Help!" he cries as he rolled off at the slope into the forest. Big Lion never finished eating the front of the door made from humbugs and rags, remained trapped in the witched cage. Average Lion stepped out and approached the house made from sweet. "I'll eat this whole house," said the Average Lion. "Just you watched." Average Lion pulled off a corner of the front of the door of the house made from soot. He gulped it down, smiled, and went back in home. And more and more. After a while, Average Lion started to look a little crazy. He grew greener and greener. A woodcutter walked into the clearing. "What's the big brush doing there?" he asked. "I am not the bush, I am a lion," said the Average Lion. A woodcutter walked into the clearing. "What is the buck doing here?" he asked. "I am not a bush, I am a lion," said the Average Lion. "It talks," exclaimed the woodcutter. "Those talking bushes are the worst kind. I'd better take it away before somebody gets hurt." "No, wait," cried the lion, as the woodpecker picked her up, but the woodpecker ignored her cries and carried the lion away under his arm. "I am not a bush." Average Lion never finished eating the front of the door from the wheat and rags reminded the witch's kids. "That is," said the witch, "I win. I get to the keep rags." "No so fast," said the brave. "There is still no front of the door. The front of the door of the house made from cabbage, and I haven't had a turn yet." "I don't have to give you a turn," laughed the witch. My game, my rules." The woodcutter boy scattered through the forest. "I think that you should give him a chance. It is only fair." "Fine," said the witch, "but you saw what happened to the lion. He won't last long." "I'll be right back," said the brave. "What?" said the witch. "What is your sense of invasions?" "I thought you wanted rags back." The brave ignored the witch and gathered a healthy pile of sticks. He came back to the clearing and started a small campfire. Carefully, he broke out a piece of the door of the house made from cabbage and toasted it over the fire. Once it had cooked and cooled just a little, he took a bite. He quickly devoured the whole piece. The brave sat down and admired the log. "You failed," cackled the witch. "You were supposed to eat the whole door." "I haven't finished," explained the brave. "I'm just waiting for my food to go down." When the brave's food had digested, he brought off another piece of the door made from cabbage. Once more, he toasted his food over the fire and waited it to cool just a little. He ate it at leisure pace, then waited it for it digested. Eventually, after several sittings, the brave was down to the final piece of the door made from cabbage. Carefully, he toasted it and allowed it to cool just a little. He finished his final course. The brave had eaten the entire front of the house made from cabbage. The witch stamped her foot angrily. "You must have tricked me," She said, "I don't reward cheating." "I don't think so," said the boys. It was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing carrying his axe. His little boy won fair and square. "Now another rags, or I will chop your wormstick in half." The witch looked horrified. He grabbed his broomstick and placed it behind her. Then he opened the door of the cage. The Bray hurried over and grabbed Rags, checking that his favorite toy was all right, for naturally Rags were unharmed. The Bray thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a quick souvenir, and hurried on to meet Nadine. It was starting to get dark. When the Bray got another house, his mother threw her arms around him. "I was so worried," cried Nadine. "You are very late." As the Bray described his day, he couldn't tell that Nadine didn't believe him, so he grabbed a napkin from his pocket. "What's that?" asked Nadine. "The Bray unwrapped a door knob made from handbags. Put in," he said. Nadine almost fell off his chair. Thank you. This is the end. It was my story. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me.